welcome to highlights of the 1993 German Grand Prix, brought to you by Mircoprose and GP2Joey. We're in Hockenheim for the 10th round of this stellar season, where horsepower is king, and many of the thousands of German fans are hoping to see their countryman Michael Schumacher crowned as the winner. It was Britain's Joey Davies, however, who was the victor last time out at Silverstone after a superb drive, and he now leads the Drivers' Championship ahead of Ayrton Senna, who endured a nightmare race in Britain, and Damon Hill, who spiked second place last time out, sees him now tied with the Brazilian in second place. Williams-Renault still remain firmly at the top of the constructors' standings, with Ferrari second, but the battle for third place is really hotting up, as an upturning performance has seen Liger-Prost catch Benetton for third. In the news leading up to the race, Gerhard Berger's future at Ferrari was being questioned after below par results this year, which prompted the Italian media to suggest a return to F1, and the Scuderia was on the cards for reigning world champion Nigel Mansell, who, despite dominating the American IndyCar series at the moment, fueled rumours of a possible return by admitting anything is possible. Arch-rival Davies then poked fun at his countryman and goaded him to come to Ferrari and try to beat him, whilst American designer Steve Nichols was then confirmed to be joining Prost's team for next year. McLaren were then told by Renault there was no chance of a deal with them for '94, which prompted speculation of a possible works deal with Peugeot, who were known to have grown disillusioned with current partner Larousse. Undoubtedly, though, the biggest news possibly of the past few years then broke that struggling Team Lotus had been saved after racing legend Mario Andretti bought the team for a rumoured £10 million. It was then confirmed they would be partnering up with Chevrolet in an exclusive 3-year deal, with son Michael Andretti confirming he would be racing for the family team and promised to deliver fireworks next year. Friday morning's Fri Qualifying session was intense as drivers fought to get the best setup they could in the 30 minutes available to them. On this power circuit, the deficits between the backmarker teams quickly became apparent as Andrea Moda once again failed to impress, and their future must now be seriously in doubt with no money or results in '93. In the end, though, it was the Larousse of Eric Bernard who ran out the fastest, ahead of the impressive Brabhams of Cor Ursa and Mark Blundell, with both teams being joined into race qualifying by Zach Speed, while BMS Dallara, Pacific and Andrea Moda were all forced to pack up their transporters early and head home. Friday afternoon's first qualifying session was interesting as Prost impressed straight out of the box in his Ligier-Prost Renault, but it wasn't long before arch-rival Ayrton Senna exerted his authority as expected and jumped to the top of the timing screens in the Williams-Renault. On this circuit where horsepower is king, it was a surprise to see the Ferraris of Davies and Berger struggle, and it was the same for the home fans as Schumacher failed to live up to pre-race hype whilst on his way to 6th at the end behind Senna, Damon Hill, Prost, John Alesi and the two Ferraris, whilst JJ Lehto impressed in the Sauber, taking 8th. Afterwards, there was genuine shock in the paddock as Porsche announced its intention to leave the sport at the end of the year, despite rumours it was in serious talks with several teams for next year. Aghast at the news, F1 Supremo Bernie Ecclestone was quick to try and calm the situation by insisting he would do what he could to make the German marque reconsider. Saturday afternoon's final qualifying session was held in sunny conditions, and several big names were able to do better than their previous day's times, and there was plenty of action on the track as the final grid positions were fought out. In the end, Senna went fractionally faster than the previous day and duly claimed his 5th pole of the year, with teammate Hill a decent second ahead of Prost and Davies, who managed to find some extra speed out of his Ferrari. Unfortunately for Zach Speed, the home race dream turned into a nightmare as both drivers failed to make the cut, their power deficit clear on this power-dependent circuit. Afterwards, Senna was adamant he would be doing what was necessary to get back to winning ways after his dismal showing last time out at Silverstone. Hill promised yet more consistency with thoughts of another podium finish, and Prost vowed to do all he could to take the spoils on Sunday for himself, while Schumacher remained doubtful of success with his slower Ford engine. It was then announced by F1 Supremo Ecclestone that the teams running active suspension and driver gizmos had applied to have the ban of them overturned for the rest of the year.
For the rest of this year, notwithstanding what happened at the World Council and may happen at the Court of Appeal, the teams have agreed to ask the FISA to allow them to run with cars in the same configuration that they've been running the whole year.
That was followed up race day morning by Ecclestone, once more busy trying to convince either McLaren or Benetton that they should perhaps consider taking an engine deal with Porsche. And then it was time to go racing. So it's the two Williams of Senna and Hill on the front row, with row 2 Liger-Prost and Joey Davies. Row 3 is Alesi and Gerhard Berger. Row 4 is Michael Schumacher and JJ Lehto. Row 5 is Carl Wendlinger and Martin Brundle. Row 6 is Mika Hakkinen and Michael Andretti. Row 7 is Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Yuri Suzuki. Round 8 is Satoru Nakajima and Eric Bernard. Row 9 is Derek Warwick and Rubens Barrichello. Row 10 is Eddie Irvine and Philippe Alliot. Row 11 is Zanardi and Pierluigi Martini. Row 12 is Cole Urser and Johnny Herbert. Row 13 is Christian Fittipaldi, and at the back it's Mark Blundell. Okay, it's 45 laps, Hockenheim. High speed, high drama, no doubt. Red lights come on. Got to get off to a good start from fourth. It's go! Go! Oh, so much wheel spin in first gear. Got to try and cover the inside line and stop those salvers coming through if I can. And I have. Oh, I've lost 2 positions. That is not a good start. So it's Senna up in front. Prost is second. It's Hill in third. Berger's foot. That's a salver on the inside of me. I didn't even see him there. That's JJ Lehto. Got to try and get past him. There we go. Get a bit of an outside slipstream there. Cover the inside line. With Wendlinger coming. Wendlinger trying to get through. We're banging wheels. Come on, Carl. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Senna's off in the lead. Prost is second. It's Berger third. Alesi fourth. Hill fifth. I'm down in sixth. Oh, God. That is not a good start for the Ferrari driver. Still got a lot of lag on this computer. I don't know why. I need to sort this out because it shouldn't be happening. Not with an old game. Maybe anybody out there, if you can give me a bit of advice, that might be helpful. I've got the graphics set to the absolute maximum and on the frame rate as well. So I don't know why else, unless there's a program running behind in the background. But anyway, let's get back into the race. There's a battle ahead. That looked like the Williams of Damon Hill trying to get past Prost. Jean Alesi. So look at that. The Liger is the second and third. Senna's out in front, 1.3 seconds. Berger just ahead of me. Is he going to try and make a look on Damon Hill into the stadium section? No, he's not. He's too far back. I can gain on them here. I think I'm quite a bit quicker than them, especially under braking into here. Got to try and just stay with them through the final 2 corners now. Don't want to get too close to Gerhard's gearbox, just in case there's a bit of contact, and I don't want that. Oh, still not got the power. I think he's running 1 less click on the rear wing than I am. Oh, I've got a good exit there. So let's see if we can do something about this. A little bit of a tap from me there. Here we go. Let's have a look. Side by side. I think he's going to let me through. He does. So that's me up into 5th. Got to chase after Hill and Alesi. Prost in 2nd. Senna already 1.7 seconds to the good in 1st. Let's have a look at the other runners in the top 15. Andretti down in 15th and Hakkinen in 11th. Not a good race for the McLarens and those Chevrolet engines, which of course next year, as the news broke, those Chevrolet engines are going to be in the Lotus, or even better, they're going to be in the Andretti Lotus team, with Mario having bought the team alongside Michael, no doubt, and Michael Andretti's already confirmed he's going to be racing for them next year. Going to look forward to seeing that. But in the meantime, I'm busy trying to catch after Damon Hill and Jean Alesi. I'm trying to keep Gerhard Berger very much behind me. But Suzuki's doing well up in 12th in the footwork. Frentzen 13th in the Tyrrell. So is Nakajima. Good run for them. Hill trying to get past Alesi there, couldn't do it. And now these two are going to really be slow out of the hairpin, I think. This is the chance. This is the chance. Oh, Damon was slow there. Got to try and get past these two if I can. I've got to try. Oh, Damon's got a good toe out of the final corner. He's going to try and go for it into the first corner. He can't do it. Jean Alesi was too wide. He threw there. Here we go. Hill's going to try and close up the gap if he can, but he's too far back, you see. And that allows me through. So come on, Joey. We're up into fourth place now. Come on. Let's go after third from Jean. Into the braking area. Moving about. Trying to get the car slowed. Great. 2 drivers in one move. Brilliant. Up into third place. That's better. Okay, now we've got to try and set off after Prost. Set off after Senna. Just trying to get the car slowed down as Hill finally manages to get past Alesi there behind me. Oh, pressure's really on this race, and Ayrton Senna, I'll tell you, he's in the lead there. Look at his, there he is there. He had an abysmal Silverstone Grand Prix, and he really does need to score the win here to get back in the championship. I'm trying to desperately see if I can close up the gap to him, but I don't think it's going to be easy because he looks fast this weekend. Fastest on Friday, fastest on Saturday. I've not really been at the races this weekend in terms of the outright pace of the Ferrari, which, to be honest, I think both myself and Gerhard Berger, we both figured we'd probably be in the hunt this weekend, given the horsepower advantage that we do have. But our car has got so much understeer at high speed. Really got to try and dial it out, I should say, sorry, for when we get to Monza. Oh, I didn't change down the gears well enough there. Almost ran wide. That's going to cost me some time. Senna's now 2.8 seconds ahead of Prost. Got to try and close that gap up. Got to hit the braking points. That's what's so difficult about Hockenheim. You've really got to be precise with your braking because you can lose so much time. That's Martini out of the race. Alesi and Hill still battling over 4th position. My brakes are snatching and everything. I've even been trying to get good brake balance. Not been able to find one with the car this weekend. Yet again, more lagging with the computer. I'm not sure what is going on with that. I've got to sort that out. I can only apologise to those of you watching. You might think it's frustrating, but you want to try being in the bloody car. That is frustrating, let me tell you. I've got to try and close up on Prost. I think I'm getting a bit closer to him. 1/10 quicker. Almost 2/10 quicker than I was the previous lap. Come on, Joey. That was good. That was quick. That was quick through there. Oh, I've definitely closed up. Just try and stay within there through the final stadium section. Couple of corners if I can. Car's running wide again on the exit. Getting a lot of exit oversteer. Fastest lap 50.1. That's Zanardi out. So Martini and Zanardi out in the Lotus. I wonder what's happened there. Yet more drama. But the gap is 4.3, so it's about 0.8 of a second. So it's coming down to Alain Prost. Got to try and see if I can still keep chasing him down. Got a lot of power in that Renault engine, but it's not as much as what I've got in that Ferrari. Let's try and get in his slipstream here, see if I can do anything about it on the run down to the Os curve. Here we go. Trouble is with the Os curve, because you're braking from literally 200 miles an hour down to about 60. If you miss your braking point by even just 1 metre, you're in serious trouble. And you can run really wide. Got to try and stay in his slipstream now. Senna still way out in front. Hill's got ahead of Jean Alesi, I see. Is Alesi going to try and strike back though? See, understeer again in the Ferrari. That enables Prost to just pull away. Alesi looks like he's all over the back of Damon Hill. Car, so much understeer on the exit of the corners. Look at Schumacher down in 9th place. What a disappointing race this is going to be for the German. And his teammate in the other Benetton, Martin Brundle, he's 10th. Hakkinen 11th. Frentzen is 12th. Where's Andretti? Andretti's dropped right back. But the Tyrrell of Frentzen is into 12th position. Here we go. We've got the run on Prost now. This is it. This is 2nd place. Nice and comfortable. Just ease out ahead of him. Down to the first chicane. Now I've got to try and close up the gap to Senna if I can, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that because Senna has been on another planet this weekend so far. That's Andretti out. Let's see what happened to Andretti. Into the stadium section they come. Andretti. He's down in 17th position in the McLaren Chevrolet. He's got serious issues with the car and he's slowing. Andretti's slowing. He's pulling up. He gets hit from the driver behind. I think that was Elio. And he's off and on the grass. And Andretti, he can't even make it back to the pits. And he's out of the Grand Prix. Fantastic development. I think I missed my braking point there. Just about managed to get the car slowed. That's given Prost the opportunity to get closer. Gap is 4.1 seconds to Ayrton. You look at him, he is rocketing away. So Andretti out of the Grand Prix. Hill and Alesi still going well. Damon Hill looks like he's just about got ahead of him. And I can't get the car slowed down again. I've got problems with the refresh frame rate on this. I've no idea what's happening with it because in qualifying it was absolutely fine. This is really annoying. Really annoying. But like it would have been in real Formula 1, it's just a problem that you've just got to work through. So that's what we're going to do. But I hope it doesn't cause me any problems at some point during the race where I miss my braking point because of lagging. But it's just going to be one of those things. So it's got to be super concentration. Look at this. Car's running wide again. Understeer. What's the gap? It's 4.4. I actually think if I can keep it tidy, I think I might actually be able to get some sort of a run on him and actually get that gap closed down. But let's see. I'm going to try and keep this lap as tidy as I can, especially the braking into the Os curve. But let's see. That was good through there. That was good through there. Through the first corner. Gap is still 4.4, so I'm matching him through the first sector. I think he's quicker through the second sector. So we've got the car stopped all right there. That was good. Over the curbing. Good acceleration. Blundell into the pits in the Brabham. What's happened to Mark Blundell? He's lost part of his front wing. Well, as the Brabham owner, part Brabham owner, I'm not too happy about that. I don't want that from my drivers. I'd like to see him finishing the race, but without any damage to the car, because that's going to cost us money in the Brabham team. Senna's pulling out 2/10, 4.6 seconds. Really got to try and close the gap down to him. Try and brake as late as I can into the hairpin. Try and get as much speed out of this as I can here. That was good, that was quick, that was quick. Get the car slowed. Don't let it run out wide. That's it, hug the inside. Come on, Joey. That was good. Power slide out there. That was quick through there, that stadium section. Gap, look at that. Gap's down now to 3.5 seconds. So I think I can work with this. So it's 3.5 seconds. Hill still 4th, Alesi 5th, Berger 6th, Lehto is 7th, and Wendlinger 8th. There's 2 Saubers again. It's great to see them doing so well. Oh, and I've run wide, Oh, dear me. That's going to cost me some serious amount of time now. That's probably nearly 5 seconds that. Yep, 4.7, so I've lost 0.8 of a second through there. Too busy talking about the bloody Saubers. Come on, Joey. Hit your braking points. This is what I'm saying about it being absolutely critical to be fast through there. Too early on the power. Again, what a scrappy lap this is. It's like Gregor Wojtek lap. Come on. This is appalling. Hill's well clear of Alesi. You can see that now. And I'm not well clear of Prost though, because Prost is gaining on me because of these mistakes. Oh, this car is proving difficult. 5.1. Senna is really pulling out the stops now. Let's try and close up. This Ferrari is so unpredictable. 1 minute you've got grip, then the next minute you haven't. Try and not run it out wide through there. That's it, that's it. That's a bit better. A bit cleaner on the end of the lap there. But the start of that was appalling. What's the gap now? Still 4.7. Got to try and get this gap closed down. Really do. Almost a quarter of the way through the race. Already Ayrton is miles up the road. Okay, that was better through there. A little bit over the curb just to reduce the wheel spin. But Senna already miles ahead now. 4.9. He's pulled 0.2 out on that first sector. Better through the Os curve, that was better through there, but the gap's 4.9. Got to try and improve this now. Got to hit the braking mark just right. That was a bit better through there. 4.9. What is it now? It's 5. It's 0.2 quicker again. Oh dear. I'm literally pushing this car as much as I can. And I cannot go any quicker than I am, and already I'm miles behind him. I think I may very well just have to give up the ghost here today. I think Senna, unless there's something happens to him or he has a similar incident to what happened to him at Silverstone, I think he is well and truly up the road. He is going to win this Grand Prix. It's his for the taking. I think that much is evident. Oh, the car's riding on the curbs. Let's have a look, see how far. So Blundell's almost being lapped by Senna already. Oh, because he's had a pit stop, hasn't he? So the gap's down to 4.5. I still say, actually, if I think about it, maybe if I can keep it tidy, I can gain enough time during the final sector to actually begin to reduce the gap. It's 4.7. It's normally 10 laps into the race that the Williams starts to show signs of tyre wear. It has done in most of the races this year. So it'll be interesting to see if the gap comes down, or is it just going to stay the same at 4.7. Oh, could not get the car stopped. See, again, I actually don't think I braked any later there, and I've just lost a humongous amount of lap time. That wasn't very good at all. That wasn't clever. You have to wonder if he's going to retire from the race, or if is he going to have some sort of a problem. Oh, not a good lap. Not a good lap at all. 5.6 seconds the gap. Really got to try and motor on now. Let's have a little look further down. So there's relatively no change there. Bernard's still in 15th, Nakajima 14th, Suzuki 13th. Frentzen in 12th. Hakkinen 11th. Brundle 10th. Already 30 seconds down. 3 seconds a lap slower. We're only on lap 10 and he's 30 seconds away. Wow. Gap was 5.7. Come on, Joey. I actually don't think I've got the gearing set right between 3rd and 2nd on the downshifts. The car seems to be quite sluggish. Well, that wasn't too bad through there, but again, Senna a 10th quicker. Car slowed down for the hairpin. Got to get a good exit. That was good. That was quick. Just try and stay on the inside here. That wasn't too bad. I think I've got the gap down a little bit. 50.6. It's 5.3. But it just seems as though whatever gap I'm able to close in the final sector, I'll lose again in the next two. So this is pretty much balancing itself out between the two of us. But we'll see what happens. It's not over till it's over, I guess, but I've got to be realistic with this as well. I want to be trying to get 6 points at least for the championship if I can't get the race win. Hill's definitely closing on Prost. Just stepping away from the actual race itself, you've got to wonder if Senna is actually going to be all that keen on Damon Hill being able to challenge him for the championship this year, because Damon has been superbly consistent, and he's without a doubt he's performed a lot better than even I thought he was going to. That's Barrichello out of the Grand Prix. I wonder what's happened to Rubens. Let's have a look at the replay. And Rubens Barrichello coming into the stadium section, and he's pulling over. He's slowing. Barrichello's slowing. Yes, it very much looks as though he's got some sort of a technical issue with his Jordan there. And I'm pretty sure he's going to pull over onto the grass, and that's it. So Barrichello pulls over, and he is out of the Grand Prix. That is a shame for the young Brazilian. But I'm definitely going to be trying to catch Senna if I can. Got to try. Oh, my word. Oh, dear me. Almost lost the car there. Almost lost it. And this is what happens when you're right on the knife edge. And I'm desperately trying to just keep up with him. Oh. But I can't risk losing this second place. Senna is definitely pulling away now. It's 5.2 seconds. I'm going to just try and stay with him as much as I possibly can, but I almost lost the car there completely coming out of that corner into the stadium section. That was close. Get the braking right. Oh, and again, wheel spin out the back. Looks fantastic, but it's not quick. 5.4 now, the gap to Senna. You can hear the brakes locking up. They really aren't that good here this weekend. But again, try to find a decent balance between the front and the rear. Not been able to. It's not made a blind bit of difference. I've gone one way, then I've gone the other. Tried it in the middle, and each time the car just wants to lock up the tyres. .4. Still manageable, but I can't afford any more mistakes now. Got to really try and close the gap. See, look at that, how slow it is there, the car. I mean, I have no idea why the screen is slowing down like this, and it's really annoying, and I don't know why, it's not as if this is a slow computer that I'm using. So I think there's got to be some sort of I must have a program running in the background or something that I just don't know about. I can only apologise once more because it's so frustrating. But we've closed the gap, so it's 4.7. So I'm still going to just keep on it. He's going to be coming up to the back markers soon, and that could play into my hands. As long as I don't make any more mistakes. 4.7, I bet it's extended again. Yep, 0.4 quicker. Oh, 5.1. Another lock up. Oh dear mate. It just goes to show you actually how difficult it is to win these races, because my car was fantastic at Silverstone, and here it's just a different car altogether, and I don't know why. Bizarre. So you can see Senna's catching Mark Blundell in the Brabham. It'll be interesting to see if he gets held up at all. I need him to. Come on, Mark. Do it for your boss. Do it for your boss, Mark. Hold him up. Hold him up. Oh! A little too much power there. Gap's down to 5 seconds from 5.1. I don't know how I can beat him today, other than having a little bit of good fortune. I just don't see how. I can't see a way past him to catch up, to close that gap. He's too quick. He's been too fast all weekend. Fastest on Friday and Saturday. And he's just leaving us as he goes to pass Mark Blundell. He's through. So he didn't get held up there. Look at this, I can't get the car stopped again. It's not for the want of trying, people. It's not for the want of trying. But Senna is through. And there's Johnny Herbert. So the rest of the back markers are in the stadium section. It's quite feasible, actually, that we'll catch them before the tyre stops. Still JJ Lehto in 7th, Berger is 6th. Just trying to get the car turned in. Alesi 5th. Prost is down to 4th, Hill into 3rd. Oh, Joey, come on. 5.6. It's 5, so I've gained 0.6 of a second through the final sector. But then he just pulls out again. I'm out of ideas, people. But I'm going to keep pushing. That's all we can do. It's all we know. I've got to play the sensible game here. If I've not got the car to win the race, then I've got a car that will get me 6 points for the championship. So that's got to be the aim for today. But Hill 7.5 seconds roughly behind me. 3 championship protagonists in the top 3. I'll try and close up on Blundell here. Into the chicane, out of it, here we go. That was quick, that was good through there. Should be able to catch him into the 3rd chicane. He hasn't got as many horses in the back of his Brabham as we've got in this Ferrari engine. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Much obliged, sir. Thank you. 4.9, okay, so that was good because I've got a bit of a toe there, which has obviously helped me out, but we're still behind Senna. I'm going to be pushing. Let's see if I can close up in the stadium section again. Just try and hug that inside apex. Get on the power, limit the wheel spin using the curves there. Don't run up too high. Don't run up too high. Oh, you see? Oh, understeer again in the car. And over the line we go to 50.2. So that wasn't too bad. That was quite quick through there. What's the gap? 4.3. Okay, so it's coming down. But maybe all is not lost. Maybe all is not lost. I'm still here, Ayrton. I'm going to be pushing you, son. Are his tyres starting to go? Are his tyres starting to go? It's 4.5. He's out again. 0.2 quicker through the first sector. Nice, nice. Okay, managed to get the car stopped through there, but that was good. Riding the curb, just trying to minimise the angle as best I can. I keep saying it, but boy, that Williams is quick. What is it now? Still the same. But that's not too bad. So maybe I can close up a little bit through here. Right, let's try and go through here quick. Whoa, that was fast actually, and I didn't get any understeer on the exit. See, that's what I mean. How unpredictable does this car want to be? This could be the fastest lap of the race actually, people. I think this could be it. This could be it. This could be it. I think this is it. It is 49.9. Gap's down to 3.6. But there he is. He's in the foreground. We're gaining. And there's a car spun. That's Core Ursa spun at the chicane. Oh, we're going to have to be careful through there. Let's hopefully Senna can get balked by him. I think he's still stuck there, isn't he? Oh, he's lost his front wing. Oh no. What a disastrous race for my Brabham team. Absolute disaster. See if we can get a replay of what happened to poor Ursa there. Oh, Senna's made a mistake. Look, Senna, I said it, he might make a mistake. And he has. He's made a mistake. He's run wide. Fantastic. He's out. Senna's out. Oh my God. Let's have a look at the replay and see what happened to him. And that's Senna pulling off. Senna's out of the Grand Prix. He's got a technical problem. Yes, he's got a loose left rear wheel there. You can see the wheel shaking, and I don't think he's going to be able to make it back into the pits as the marshals bring out the yellow flags. And Ayrton Senna is out of the Grand Prix. Sensational development here in Hockenheim. Alright, so the gap to Damon Hill is 8.5 seconds. No more mistakes now. Just need to stay ahead of the Williams and try and get the win. Is this going to be 2 wins on the bounce? Let's hope I've got the reliability and don't make any more mistakes. Got to just keep flat out to the end now. Going to be stopping in a few laps time, and I suspect that some of the other cars are going to be stopping relatively soon. But that's Hill into second place. Prost is third. Core Ursa is going to come in and repair the damage on his Brabham. With Alesi up into fourth, Berger fifth. It's Lehto sixth, Wendlinger seventh, Schumacher in eighth. Terrible race for Benetton. Brundle in ninth, Hockenheim 10th, Frentzen 11th, Suzuki 12th, Nakajima 13th, Bernard in 14th, and Warwick in 15th. It could be an interesting time to talk about the off-track news this morning that was spotted on Twitter with Bernie Ecclestone seen talking to both Ron Dennis at McLaren and Flavio Briatore at Benetton after yesterday's news of Porsche's withdrawal. Bernie wasn't having it. He said that they belonged in the series and he's desperately, it would seem, fighting to get them an engine deal for next year. But can he get one with Benetton? Benetton we think they're tied in with Ford. Benetton are tied in with Ford till the end of '94. McLaren, we know, are looking for an engine supplier for next year because they've elected to split with Chevrolet. After less than 6 months together, Ron Dennis decided he'd had enough. Their engine deficit was too much. They had absolutely no chance of even getting anywhere near a podium, let alone winning a race. And that was after we ran. It's even more incredible, actually, when you think about the fall of McLaren this year. It looks like I left for Ferrari at the right time because we were contending for the championship last year with Nigel Mansell, right up until the Australian Grand Prix, and we had the Ilmor engine. And I remember talking to Ron, and I said to him back in October, you need to try and keep this engine deal, because if you don't, I'm going to be very surprised if you don't actually get on the podium at all in 1993. And lo and behold, for the first 8 races, that's exactly what's happened. McLaren are languishing right the way down in the constructors' standings. But what's the gap? It's 9.4 to Damon, so I've got a good lead at the moment. Just got to concentrate, hit those braking points, don't stress the car, don't make any stupid mistakes like I did when I was trying to chase Ayrton Senna. But Senna will not be happy, I've absolutely no doubt about that retirement, because that really is going to open up the gap potentially between me and him in the championship, which is great for me. But I would rather obviously try and beat him on the circuit than him having retired and me inherit a position. But he's inherited a lot of race positions off of me retiring over the years, so it all balances itself out in the end. But let's hope that I've got the reliability this time round, because if I haven't, that could be a golden moment for Damon Hill, because Hill is sitting pretty in second place and on target to pull even further ahead of Senna in the Drivers' Championship. Even if he just gets a second place behind me, the two of us are going to open up a bit of a gap to Ayrton. Only just fractionally under. Fastest lap so far there, 49.9. Let's see if I can get in the slipstream of this Lotus. I think this is Herbert. It is, it's Johnny Herbert. Herbert moves out of the way. Pretty sure we're going to be seeing some of the cars coming into the pits anytime soon to make their one and only tyre stops. But another good result for Prost and Alesi and those two Ligers, or as they're now known, the Liger-Prosts. They've got the same engines as the Williams, but they don't have Adrian Newey or Patrick Head. Let's not forget the recent news that next year they are, however, going to have their cars designed by Steve Nichols, who's designed this beautiful 1993 Ferrari F93A. He's swapping employer with John Barnard. Barnard's coming back to Ferrari. I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of design he comes up with for next year. Can he make us championship contenders as well? Will Nichols be able to do anything with Prost's car and with Alesi? 94 is already gearing up to be an epic season, and we're only halfway through this one. To try and get on. See, look at that understeer there. I wasn't even trying. Wasn't even pushing the car. And we just lost the front end. 10 seconds the gap to Damon. That's a solid gap. Where is he? There he is, coming out of the final corner. Alain Prost as well. Right up behind this Minardi now. I really don't want to get balked into the first chicane, but I've got a horrible feeling that I'm gonna. If I can pull out of the way, he might jump out of the way. Oh, good driving, Christian. Thank you, mate. I'll stick a alternate universe hand out of the cockpit window there, out of the cockpit, just to window. I haven't got a window. Just stick the hand out of the cockpit just to give him a little wave to say thank you. Coming up to one of the LaRousses, it looks like to me. Is that Barnard or is it Alio? It's probably Alio because he's slower than Barnard. Let's have a look. Lo and behold, it is Philippe Alio. It's unusual to see him actually circulating on his own. Normally he's attached to another car. Whoa. And he's moved out of the way. He hasn't balked me. Well, miracles do happen. That was good. I'm not going to come into the pits just yet. I think I'm going to just try and eke out the 25 laps if I can. That was the target, but it depends on the fuel rate burn off. Wendlinger out. Oh, what's happened to Carl Wendlinger? Let's have a look, see what happened to him. Let's just get through the first turn and then we're going to see the replay. I'm sure Murray Walker's going to be going absolutely crazy when he sees that. Tried to come through there. And that's Wendlinger! Carl Wendlinger with smoke billowing out of the back of the Sauber. He pulls over at the Oz curve and Schumacher gets held up. Schumacher's held up, but Wendlinger is out in the Sauber. Smoke pouring out of the back of the car. That's a good clean exit through there. JJ Lehto up into 6th place in the Sauber. 10 seconds behind him is Schumacher. And then Martin Brundle 5 seconds further back. What a appalling Grand Prix this has been for Schumacher and for Benetton. Anyway, getting back to the Porsche story from Bernie Ecclestone, you've got to wonder if something like this is actually going to sway Benetton to try and break the deal with Ford, because you have to wonder if Ford are actually committed to it, because their engine is so much down on power compared to my Ferrari engine and the Williams-Renault powered cars. And even the Ilmor engine is probably faster than they've got in the Ford. Could we see a surprise for next year? Could Benetton opt to leave Ford and go with Porsche? Who knows? But I'm sure that over the coming weeks in the world of GP2Joey, all kinds of news is going to break regarding engines and designers and drivers, because even the designers are not settled yet. But the teams are going to have to start signing people up, otherwise they're going to run out of time. But the gap to Hill 9.7 now, so that's come down from his point of view. But that's all right. I'm quite comfortable with that. I don't need to panic. I want to make sure the car finishes the race, hopefully in the position it's in currently. But as ever, you can never tell in this sport. As we're coming up to lap Eddie Irvine in the Jordan, he's in 15th place, so he's running pretty well, but he's running the Hart engine, which is not very powerful, as we all know. 2.6. Going to come in. I think I'll come in at the end of the next lap, so I will come in on the 25th lap as planned. We'll see if Hill comes in before me on this lap. Hopefully Irvine goes into the pits, because I could do with a bit of a clear track in front of me. Frenkson's into the pits. Let's hope that he doesn't come out in front of me. Balk me. Hopefully he's far enough up the road that he can exit the pits safely without getting in my way and holding me up. But it just can't tell round here. Irvine's not coming in. Oh, I'm going to get held up into the first turn. Oh. See if he can let me through here on the inside. He does. That's good. But I've got to be just tiptoeing through. So that's good. I think that's Frentzen probably up ahead. It is. Frentzen going well in the Tyrrell Mugen Honda. Lots of stories potentially about him in the driver market for next year. Tyrrell have got an option on him for the rest of this season, but it's still unclear at the moment as to whether or not they've got him for next year as well. If they haven't, he could very well be hot property. Blundell into the pits again, but he's going to be dropping right the way back because he's already stopped for a new nose. None of the front runners are in yet. I suspect that there could be me, Damon and Alain coming in all together at the same time. JJ Lehto up into 5th place now. Fantastic showing. He's really come good the last few races, it's got to be said. Rumours are that he's been talking, well, his manager Keke Rosberg has been talking to McLaren about a potential move there next year, but I'm not so sure that would be a good move for him. Sauber seems pretty much nailed on at the moment, and it seems to be getting better with each race. Okay, here we go. So we've got to just be careful now coming into the pits. Just get the car slowed down enough to get in nice and safe. It's so easy to spin the car here. Okay, first of the big names into the pits. Fantastic wipe of the visor from my chief mechanic, Pedro. But it's a slow stop, it's 10.5 seconds. Hill's into the pits as well. Prost has gone through, Alesi seems to have gone through as well. So the Liger-Prosts are going long. Whoa, whoa. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure what happened there because I had my fingers on the steering wheel and the car just didn't want to turn. Has that closed the gap up? Oh no, Damon Hill's now right very close behind me. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. But that's Hill right behind me, I'm pretty sure. Can't see him, he's not near enough in the distance. Yes, that's Damon Hill. Oh, that error, that was costly. That was costly. I don't even know what happened there. I'm not sure there, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Prost and Alesi, because Alain Prost, one of them, have got to come in surely this lap. Bernard's in the LaRousse. Somebody slowing there, there's smoke out the back. Who is that? That's Alesi! Alesi's out. My God, Jean Alesi out of the Grand Prix. And I'm onto the grass. And oh no, I've lost my front wing. So that means I'm going to have to come into the pits. Being an idiot. An absolute idiot. I've just handed the race win to Damon Hill. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, what an idiot. I've thrown the victory away. Oh, how embarrassing. Too preoccupied with Jean Alesi retiring. God almighty, Joey, you absolute idiot. You twat. You king of twatted twatness. Oh, God almighty. I can't believe that. What on earth is going on here with the pit exit? That Sauber's gone off. That's JJ Lehto spun because of me. Hakkinen up to 6th. I'm down to 5th. Oh my God, what drama here in Hockenheim. Oh, poor Ursa's out as well. They're dropping like flies at the moment. And I've got serious problems trying to get the car slowed down there with the computer again. I feel like throwing the fucking thing out of the window, pardon my French. I feel like throwing the bloody thing out of the window. Oh, this is so annoying. Can't believe it. I cannot believe that I decided to just follow Jean Alesi's car live rather than just focus on what I was doing. You absolute twat, Joey. Oh, dear me. Well, any hopes I had of being gone. Like I said, it only needs a moment's lapse of concentration And I sure as hell provided that. But I'm still sure that Prost is going to have to come in for his pit stop. I don't think he's come in yet. He hasn't. He's still 23 seconds ahead of Damon Hill. And I don't think that Berger's come in, or Schumacher. So I could actually still be in second place here, which will be very fortunate. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, you can see the red light's on in the bottom corner, so Berger's going to come in on this lap. The gap to him, I don't know if Gerhard's going to come out in front of me. I think he is. And I've got to chase after Prost. So, yeah, this is not a good race. Nakajima's into the pits. Okay. Time to knuckle down there, Joey. 17 laps to go, I think, or 18 laps to go. Come on. It's not long. Still a chance. Prost into the pits. Berger's in as well, so I've got to push on here. I've got to push on and try and close the gap. Come on, Joey, come on. I've got to really try and use up these tyres here. Prost has gone through okay. Oh, look at that. I've just beaten Gerhard out. That was close. Okay, but I still think that Schumacher hasn't pitted actually. Be interested to see if he does. Häkkänen's coming in the McLaren. He's run very long. Frenzen's out. Oh, what a shame. But sorry, Frentzen fans, but I'm not going to focus on how come he's retired just yet, because I've got to press on here. I need to concentrate. I've got a recovery drive to embark on here. I wonder what the gap is to Prost. It's got to be about 16 seconds, isn't it? Oh, it's 26 seconds. Forget it, Joey. Forget it. You're going to be third at best here. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? You know, momentary lapse of concentration and the whole world changes. Schumacher's in finally, so I think I'm going to be back into third. Yeah, I should be comfortably ahead of him anyway. Prost 4.1 behind Damon Hill. Is he going to be able to close up the gap? What do we think? I'm not so sure. I think Hill's got the better of him. There's the LaRousse flashing through. There's Alio Irvine. Prost is second. Hill gets past Johnny Herbert. Yeah, I'm 30 seconds behind now. This is not good. 15 laps to go. Forget it. Let's just concentrate on third and just hope against hope that something happens to Hill or Prost. 30 seconds. Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to run out these last few laps now, people, these last 15 laps. Can't believe I've thrown that victory away. Bernard out of the race as I come up behind his teammate Alio. Got to try and get past him on the straight. There we go, that was good. That was nice and easy. Trouble free. But yeah, 29.5 seconds behind Damon. The win is gone. So it's going to be either him or Alain Prost that takes the victory here. Terrible bad luck for Senna though, and that Williams. I can imagine he will not be happy with Williams at all. They've cost him very likely 10 points today. A chance to get back right into the thick of the championship battle, and instead he's having to watch his teammate, his far less experienced teammate Damon Hill, perform miracles in that Williams. He's leading the race. Prost has brought the gap down there. It's 3.2 seconds, so they're obviously catching the back markers. This is going to be interesting to see if he can catch him up. And you never know. It could lead to something, a spin, contact with one of the back markers that could let me back into the race in the battle for the lead or the podium, top 2 spots. Who knows? Anything's possible. Got to keep it on the island. That was relatively quick through there. The gap to 2.8. Let's have a quick look at it. Hill, yeah, Prost. I think Prost just looks like he's just quicker. Interesting, very interesting. See if he can close up that gap. Get it down any more than that. Nope, it's 3.4. So the gap's gone out to 3.4 between Hill and Prost. That's not good. If you're Alain Prost, you won't be too happy about that. Definitely not got the gearing set up right for this race, I don't think. Yeah, it's been a pretty underwhelming performance, I think, from me this weekend, especially after Silverstone. Right, it's not over just yet. We've already seen Alesi retire in the Liger-Prost, so there's every chance that something could happen to Alain. We'll try and get some good speed out of the first corner here, get on the back of that Minardi, and the run down to the first chicane. Here we go. 24.9 seconds the gap to Alain Prost. Prost has got the gap down there at 2.3. Prost going to be able to try and defeat Damon Hill and get his second win in 3 races. That would be an amazing turnaround in performance. And there was talk at the beginning of the year that he may very well retire at the French Grand Prix, which he went on to win memorably and obviously became the first Grand Prix winner in a car bearing his own name since Jack Brabham triumphed in the 1970 South African Grand Prix in Kyalami. So, been a long time coming for a constructor driver to win a race. But has it actually fueled his desire to actually keep racing into next year? I think it has. But we're yet to hear anything from Alan, and it would be great to have him on the grid next year. Speaking of sharing the grid next year, some of you that have been following me on Twitter probably saw some of the stories coming out of Italy last week, suggesting that Ferrari had been in touch with Nigel Mansell to see what his availability was for next year, on the back of some pretty average performances from my current teammate Gerhard Berger. And as I said on Twitter, I'll say it again here, if Nigel wants to come back and race me in Ferraris next year under equal terms, equal cars, he's more than welcome to, and I would ask him to accept that challenge, leave IndyCar racing, come back to Formula One where you belong and race me in the same car, and let's put the rivalry between us aside and let's see what we can do on the track together. What a battle it would be. But has he got the nerve? Will he come back? Does he even want to come back? He's having a great year over there. He's able to eat what he wants. Lord knows we've seen the pictures. He's winning. Does he want to stay out there? Or does he really want to come back to Formula One and fight for the World Championship? It's going to be interesting to see if Ferrari actually do want him to come back and offer him the money. Not going to be cheap, but what a spectacle it would be to have me and Nigel Mansell in the same team next year. I've got to be honest, that is appealing. Do I think I can beat him? Yes. Does he think he can beat me? 100%. But what a rivalry that would be. Anyway, let's just get back to the race today, because I'm still in third. I'm still trying to hunt down these two in front. I'm not going to, so I'm just going to try and keep the car away from the barriers, away from the curbs as much as I can, away from the grass. Just see if Prost and Hill something befalls them like it did with Senna earlier. You never know. Got 11 laps to go. Prost's got the gap. The gap is out now. It's 2.8 seconds. I'm losing time to Alain Prost. And Schumacher's out of the Grand Prix. He's not even featured in this race, and Schumacher is out, so a nightmare weekend comes to an end for the young German, and I've no doubt he will be absolutely delighted that it's over. Let's have a look and see what happened to Schumacher. As Davies continues round in third place, and that's Schumacher! Schumacher slowing on the approach down to the stadium section. The Benetton is slowing. Has he got some sort of a technical issue? I think that's probably, quite possibly, his transmission has probably blown in the Benetton there. But Michael Schumacher out of the Grand Prix. A nightmare weekend for the German comes to an end, and I'm sure he will be more than happy to have been put out of his misery, having retired from 6th position. Well, what a development. Schumacher out. Brundle's up into 6th place. And still rumours circulating over Martin's future at Benetton for next year. Is he going to be retained by the team, or are they going to go for somebody else? He's performing very well against Schumacher, in all fairness. I think he's doing well in the driver's standings. He'll be good in the races when the car's finished. And I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My weekend is going from bad to worse. I've now got a puncture. Oh my word. I'm going to have to pit again. 3rd time. Oh no. Am I even going to be able to score a point? Gerhard, go past Gerhard, go on. Oh no. I'm going to struggle to make it round here. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. A puncture. Ah! Oh no. I'm going to struggle to get the car back even into the pit lane. Blundell's out of the race. Oh, I can't believe it. Looks like I'm having a nightmare weekend as well. It's not just you, Michael. There's two of us. Oh, God almighty. Well, I suppose you've got to take the rough with the smooth and get the car back into the pit lane. Oh, dear me. Yet another stop. I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Come on, boys. Get me sorted. Get me sorted. There we go. Where am I? 6th. I suppose Hacking is going to probably get past me now. Look, again, there's a problem with the car, with the pit exit here, because I'm almost going off the track again. Where's Mika? There he is. Oh, he's miles behind. I haven't got to worry about him. 6th place. Where's Brundle? Brundle's down at the Os curve. I'm not even going to close him down, am I? I've got 9 laps to do it. It's not going to happen. I can't believe that. Well, the race weekend has gone from bad to worse, honestly. Dear me. Oh well. A single point for 6th place looks like it could be. Unless something happens to somebody else up the front. Brundle, there's Alio. Somebody off. Looked like one of the Minardis was off there. I think that was Fittipaldi off. Yeah, so Fittipaldi out of the race. Only 13 runners now. Oh dear me. Damon, what a performance from him. He's going to be a very, very worthy winner. He's kept his nose clean, unlike the rest of us. But Prost is closing the gap again. It's 2.5 seconds to Zhang. Has he got anything left in the tank to try and challenge him? It's down to 2.4. I've got to really start motoring along now. Got the extra grip there, but I don't have the grip at the front end of the field. Look at that Brundle. I mean, he's 27 seconds ahead. Forget it, Joey. Forget it. JJ Lehto in 4th now. Incredible. What a race result for the Sauber team this is going to be. If he can just keep going. Well, I should be able to close up the gap on Martin. That there's no doubt. 10th quicker through there than I've been so far today. Through the first sector. See what we can do into the Os curve. That was nice and tidy through there. Do you know what? I think of the 37 laps I've done so far, I think that was the best that I've actually gone through the Os curve. That was the cleanest anyway. See what we can get the gap down to. To Brundle. A little bit late there on the brakes. This could be quick, this could be quick. There it is, 49.8. That was quick. It felt quick. 25.5. Still going to have to keep pushing. Got to try and catch up, just in case something happens to somebody on the last lap or something. But it's highly unlikely. Nakajima's into the pits. There's still drivers getting a few problems here and there. So Nakajima in 10th. Obviously, let's not forget actually that next year in GP2Joey's alternate universe, the FIA confirmed a few weeks back now that there's an overhaul of the points for next year. They're going to actually award points for the top 10 drivers, not just the top 6. And that is really going to open up the championship. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. And I think it's a good thing for the sport. I think it's long overdue to only have 6 cars eligible to score World Championship points. There's more money available in the series, and it'll be good for the lower ranked teams to see if they can actually get any top 10 finishes. If they can, it's going to secure a little bit more of their futures, respectively. But for now, some of those teams, BMS Dallara are one of them, and Andrea Moda. Joe has already folded this year, but if BMS Dallara and Andrea Moda can actually just manage to cling on for the rest of this year, there's every chance that they could be relatively successful next year. But I suppose you've only got to look at their record actually for 93 now I think about it. There's not really much chance of it, because I don't think either Pacific or Andrea Moda in particular have even qualified for a Grand Prix this year so far, and that is not good. But anyway, enough about the back markers. We're driving for Ferrari and we're still trying to hunt down Martin Brundle. 6 laps to go. Not going to be able to hunt him down, so it's just going to be a case of just trying to keep the car out of mischief, if possible. Doesn't seem to have been able to avoid it this race. But look at the gap at the front. Prost, he's got it down to 1.6 seconds. This is not an easy track to drive, you know, this really isn't. 6 laps to go. Problems with the car, problems with the driver. What a bloody nightmare this has been. Just trying to keep the car out of any trouble here, so I'm not really going to be talking too much, people, because there's not really much else to say. It's been a nightmare day for me, a nightmare race for Ayrton, a nightmare race for Michael. You know, it's I've thrown the race win away, there's absolutely no doubt about that. Focusing on Alesi's retirement and not keeping the car on the grey stuff, running out over the grass, losing my front wing, having to come into the pit lane, getting the front wing replaced, which, to be fair to the boys, they did it very quickly, and that obviously was already after I'd stopped for tyres, and then get a puncture. And there's the fastest lap there. At least that's another good thing about next year, is that whoever gets the fastest lap will actually be able to get an extra point, which I also think is a very good thing, and you get an extra point for pole position as well, which is good for the championship. And those 2 extra points that you get on a race weekend could make or break a driver's championship bid. Let's not forget that. So it could be quite interesting. 19 seconds now the gap, so we're closing up, but it's not going to be enough. Brundle's quite secure in 5th place. Oh, almost lost the back end of the car. Getting cocky. Loss of concentration. That was close through there. The gap still 1.9 between Prost and Hill. I think Damon, providing he doesn't put a foot wrong or has a mechanical failure or problem in that Williams, I think Damon's got this in the bag, more or less. You never say never in this game. You can never be 100% sure, not until you reach that checker flag. But got to give a good shout out to Derek Warwick, a good old Del boy, in 8th place, and his footwork teammate Suzuki in 9th, and even Eddie Irvine up in 10th place in the Jordan. Good run from him. As Herbert struggles down in 12th behind Nakajima in the Tyrrell. Alio 13th. He'll be quite pleased with that, and LaRousse will be absolutely elated with that, I've absolutely no doubt. Alio ahead of me. But Prost has gone into the lead. Damon Hill's out of the Grand Prix. I can't believe it. What on earth has happened there? What has happened there? Damon Hill has retired. My good God. Let's have a look at a replay. But he's only got 3 laps to go. And Hill's pulling off in the Williams. My goodness me. Damon Hill is retiring. He's pulling his Williams off into retirement. Sensation in Hockenheim. With only 3 laps to go, Damon Hill loses the Grand Prix. Alain Prost is into the lead, and that means that Gerhard Berger will be promoted into 2nd, and JJ Lehto up into 3rd place. Well, that is extraordinary. Damon Hill out of the Grand Prix with only 3 laps to go. So that means I've probably got a 5th place here, which is some solace, because that's another 2 points, and my title rivals have both failed to score. A dismal weekend for Williams. It's going to be great for Prost if he can get the win. As I said earlier, it's going to be his 2nd win in 3 races. And the Frenchman will be absolutely delighted with that. And if that doesn't cement his decision to remain in the sport for next year, then I don't know what will. But Brundle up into 4th. Brilliant drive from him. But JJ Lehto up into 3rd. Incredible. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some fans on Twitter that are going to go absolutely beside themselves when they see JJ Lehto on the podium after this Grand Prix. But can he hold on? There's nothing certain with the reliability here. Extraordinary development. And that means that Hakkinen, it will go up into 6th position and score a point for McLaren. With Derek Warwick 7th, only just out of the points. There's Hakkinen, he moves up into 6th place. Great drive from the young Finn. What a Grand Prix this has been. Prost 1st, Berger 2nd, Lehto 3rd, Brundle 4th, me 5th, Hakkinen 6th. Incredible. Senna out, Damon Hill out, both Williams is gone. Schumacher's Benetton out, Alesi out. Two laps to go. incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm gobsmacked, actually. You may be able to tell. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that Damon Hill's retired. I thought he was a shoo-in for the race win. But again, it just goes to show you, if I hadn't have made my mistake earlier, I'd be leading this race. Actually, no, I wouldn't, would I? Obviously, because I had the puncture. So I'd still be second behind Alain. But those 6 points would have come in handy for me. But it's not to be. I've just got to concentrate. Get past the Lotus. There we go. Surely Benetton have got to sign Martin Brundle for next year. Surely they have. What about Lehto? Is Sauber going to want to retain him? Because this has been a fantastic performance in third place. Prost is on his last lap now. Is he going to win the German Grand Prix? This would be absolutely sensational. I've just got to concentrate now because I do not want to make any mistakes. It's been a tremendous race for Alain Prost as he heads into the stadium for the final time in the Liger-Prost Renault. He's around the hairpin. He's just got 3 more corners to go. He's round the left-hander, through the right, through the double right, into the penultimate corner, and he's into the final corner, and after the most dramatic German Grand Prix, Alain Prost crosses the line and he wins the German Grand Prix. Fantastic performance from the Frenchman. That's his 2nd win in 3 races, and he has most certainly got his mojo back. Big congrats to Alain Prost there. Brilliant drive, Alain. 2nd win in 3 races. I think that is fantastic performance. Gerhard Berger, great to see a Ferrari up there, even if it's not me. It's nice to see Gerhard get his first podium of the year. But I'm sure that all the spoils are going to be for JJ Lehto, taking that checkered flag. Fantastic drive. Fantastic. Really has driven a superb race. But there's JJ Lehto through the final 2 corners now in the Sauber after a quite brilliant performance. It's been fantastic, and JJ Lehto powers out of the final turn to claim his first ever podium for Sauber. Fantastic result for the team and him. Well, it's been an eventful Grand Prix. There's no doubt about that. But we crossed the line. Not really going to celebrate because there's nothing to celebrate there. But no Davis donuts this time, people. But what a drive. After one of the most dramatic Grand Prix of the year, Alain Prost was a deserved winner, and his 2nd win in 3 races was typically analytical from the 4-time champion. Berger's drive to 2nd was lucky in all honesty, but the biggest cheers were for the brilliant Lehto, whose podium finish was well deserved on a day when Davis and both Williams drivers each threw the win away. On the podium, Prost doused his rivals in champagne and beamed at yet another 10 points in the bag. Berger admitted afterwards his result was needed as rumours over his future at Ferrari continued, while Lehto was in tears and thanked everyone who has got him into Formula 1. Elsewhere, Davis was furious with himself at losing a likely race win thanks to his error of judgment, whilst Hill walked back to the Williams pit looking like a broken man after his late race retirement. In the Drivers' Championship, Davis extends his lead over Senna and Hill to 7 points, whilst Prost goes 3rd after his win and Berger jumps into 5th, whilst Lehto goes joint 7th with Alesi on 8 points. Williams see their lead in the constructors' standings reduced to 24, whilst Ligier-Prost goes 7 points clear of Benetton in 3rd, and Sauber leapfrog McLaren into 5th. The tight and twisty Hungaroring is next up in the calendar, but will we see Senna finally take a win for the first time since Canada, or will Prost strike again? In the meantime, Davies is off to the States once more to go NASCAR racing around Watkins Glen, so stay tuned for that on YouTube. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for round 11 of the 1993 Formula 1 World Championship and the Hungarian Grand Prix.